Hello, everybody. Oh, take my headphones off because I can't hear myself speak. And my headphones on to listen to the music. How's everybody doing? We are here. Final stage, the finals. Yay! Of the Money Blaster tournament thingy-majiggy. We're going out with Group C, and guess what? That contains some pretty decent clans. Absolutely. Firstly, it includes the Joneses. Absolutely. Everybody's trying to keep up with the Joneses, literally, because they are going from strength to renewed strength. And we're going to be having a front row seat to see how the Joneses get on today. However, they've also got some competition. They're all going out first with T1L or Till. They're not a new clan. They're an old clan, been around quite a while. A German clan, I believe. ZGS is also in their group. So that's going to be a bit tricky because ZGS have no shrinking violets. In fact, most of Vale, my clan. Excuse me. And of course, let's not forget Phoenix, another old clan on EU. That's what we've got to look out for. We're just going straight out into the semi-finals upper bracket. We will be following, as I said, Jones against Till, which means Phoenix is playing against ZGS. We're not seeing that, unfortunately. We're following the Joneses. So let's go through some of the admin, because there's admin. We've got plenty of time. There's still 12 minutes or whatever. So those of you who are not familiar, go down to your little tournament cup thing. There it is, tournament cup. Click on that. Go to current, go to Money Blaster. Now, I'm not the only one streaming today. Oh no, there are others. And if you click on the streams, you will find out that there are others. There's me. We're doing Group C. Group A, I'll tell you who's streaming what and when and where. So Group A should be Almionet, which means Group B, which is Serenity, and that's endgame, by the way. And Group B, that is Wild Ones Alpa. He's got Serenity, and Every Good Name Is Taken is also there in Group 4, well, Group D, as it's collectively known, and he will be having Loka. So, you know, all the top clans are being streamed, everybody, and it's going to be a fantastic round today. I streamed earlier on Asia, and you know what? It ain't easy, because it's best of 7, first and foremost. So this is the group stage, and it is best of 7, so it's double elimination. So we'll see how that pans out, how that works. Our chart, as I said, we're in this group here. We've got Till, Phoenix, Jones, and ZGS. All great players. You can see that there. Look at those purple and light blue win rates all over the place. Same with Phoenix. Purple and light blue. Jones, well, mostly purple. Couple of light blue. Come on, Giseo, pull your finger out. And then ZGS. Oh, look at that. Purple and light blue as well. So we're set for some interesting battles tonight, to be honest with you. Oh, look at that. Object 3 is also streaming the Joneses' perspective, says Triggerman, who's also in Jones. Now, I made a joke earlier today on the Asia server. I was playing a replay during the competition of Wild Ones Alpa, aka Jack. Everybody on the tournament system, really, they should know him. And I was saying, you know, everybody's now scared when Jack rolls into a game because he's in the clan Jones. And it's like, oh my god, it's a Jones. They're super OP, we're all going to die. And I then found out I was streaming them tonight. So there you go. These stranger things have happened. So I'm looking forward to this, to be honest with you. I mean, I like the way the Joneses play, if I'm being frank and fair. They've got a great team. Let's not beat around the bush. They have got a great team. Let's have a look at their lineup. Well, they've got Giseo, who's a long-time supporter of my little YouTube channel. Great guy, and he's captaining the team. And then we've got General, absolutely fantastic player. Really, really nice chap as well. I had a good chat with him at the end of the Blitz Cup, and he is realistically super OP. Then we have Whoopsie. Wow, Whoopsie has been on the tournament circuit here on EU for a long time. And again, he's another one of those realistically super OP players. Then we have the F, well, formerly known as the F. He's now FQC. And again, another great player. Again, I had a lovely chat with him at the end of the Blitz Cup. And again, you know, you stick that guy in a light tank and he'll run rings around most people. Same with Gaseo, to be fair. I mean, Gaseo is a great light medium player, and so is Whoopsie, and so is the F. In fact, a lot of these guys are. And then we've got Mac Ghosty. He still hasn't changed his name to a Jones, but Ghost is a long in the tooth tournament pro player. Then we have Daniel Jones. Don't know Daniel that well, to be perfectly honest with you. So Daniel, we need to hook up and have a chat. Then we have Spitty. Spitty again, another vastly experienced Clan Wars player. Object 3 should need no introductions whatsoever. I mean, what that guy can do in a TD is absolutely insane and nasty and mean to everybody. And if you ever want to know how to play a TD properly, go and watch Object 3. Because, boy, he knows how to throw those TDs around. And then we have Keiko Jones. And they, again, another great player. And I just want to point out, I mean, if we have a look at Object 3, you can see there he's got an 81.62% win rate. Now, a lot of people go, oh my god, he's a reroll. No, he's got 48,000 battles. 48,000 battles, and his victory ratio is 81.62%. The guy is truly obscene. He really is. Great guy, great player. And as Triggerman there says, he is streaming from his perspective. So guys, if you've never seen Object 3, seriously, get over and check him out because he is truly fantastic. That's the Joneses. Let's have a look at one, or as they're now known as, First Alliance. Well, I don't know many of these guys. I'll be honest with you. I wish I did. I know they've been around a long time as a clan, but as I said, don't really know them that well. But we've got Like Psycho Captain in there. Royal Blood Mercy. What an interesting name. Love that name. That's great. Then we've got Lannister. I wonder if he knows Tyrone. Then, all right, this is where it all gets confusing for me. This is Stras. Okay, I'm going to call you Straz because that's all I can get. STRA. Okay, Strazkiel. I think, I don't know. It looks like Strazkiel to me, but my Russian is rusty at best. I can come back at any time. Another great player. 69.37%. Ooh, again, I don't know these guys as much as I do some of the others. Then we got Lane X, Ollivander, Elena Gray. What's that? My Goop Blue. I'm going to call you sorry. And then we have Black Overlord. So again, I mean, all these guys are fantastic in their own right, really good players. So yeah, Jones aren't going to have it all easy peasy, one-sided. We've still got 5 minutes to go. Just want to quickly show you ZGS. So ZGS, again, it's a relatively newish clan, to be fair. And yeah, quite some familiar names there. Ex-Samurai, very good friend, known him well. Used to be in Vale, then set up his own clan. That's what she said, formerly of Immol. Kawado, well, if anybody of you have seen me rolling out in streams, like the autumn season and last season, then Kawado, Felix, I was with him, he was in Vale, so I rolled out with him quite a few times. Sino may come back, again, an ex-Vale player, went to Immol, I believe, at one stage, and then all that. Jory 12, Jory used to be in Vale, really good lad. Wunderkind, also used to be in Vale. Noob, the number one. Higo Chihai, again, used to be in Vale. Timco, and Bolt Carrier. And, I mean, Bolt Carrier's been around quite a bit, and Aminet plays a lot of his replays. I believe our room is up. There it is, look at that. I'm going to jump in, I'm going to ready up, and then I'm going to jump out. We're on Rockfield, so that's going to be the first one. And Andy is just confirmed. General is a very good. He is a very OP medium-like player, to be honest with you. Yeah, object 3, Kennyotsu spammer. Yeah, well, you know, if the cap fits, wear it. I've got a Kennyotsu. I don't spam it. I must admit, I don't spam it. Excuse me while I just cough my lungs up. It's Matki. Nah, it's Matki 290. I don't know that. Sorry. Anyway. We've got, wow, 3.5 minutes. I'll jump. We have got a delay on the stream, but I'm not going to jump it. I always jump in around 3 minutes just to be on the safe side. Now we're on Rockfield. Rockfield is always a fun map because unlike you get in the sort of public matches where you get everybody, both teams en masse going towards the C cap, what you generally get in the tournament scene is it's a B and an A cap strategy with your lights or your mediums, depending, getting into that spotting position to see if anything is going to see. And if nothing is spotted, then rolling in there, jumping in, getting it done. Anyway, we're at the 2 minute mark. We're at the 3 minute mark, so we can jump in now. So we have First Alliance, they're readying up still, and so is the Joneses. Joneses will go out on the North spawn, First Alliance on the South spawn. And as I said, with Rockfield, what you should be looking at here is, are they taking some mediums? And if they are taking those mediums with all down tanks, then the mediums are going to be basically running around the C-cap area with everything else, possibly overlooking the A and the B, with the heavies moving up to A. Now, neither team is readied up fully as of yet, so I apart from Giseo here on Joneses, I have no idea if that is going to be their lineup. I say that because there's a couple of tanks there that are not meta. Object 140 is not meta. The FV4202 is not meta. However, this is the Joneses, and they like toying and they like playing around. To be honest with you, they like playing around with their tank selection and their meta selection. So I am expecting to see at least one TD. I mean, at the moment we got Kiko in a grill, an Object 3 and a 268. I'm expecting one TD on the Joneses side. Maybe, if we're lucky, we'll get a boost. I don't know if we will though, but maybe. Looking at First Alliance, well, they are still readying up. And at the moment, there's no shocks coming out with what they're picking, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. They're taking the T100 LT, yes. They've got a double of those. So that doesn't surprise me, though. You know, the T100 LT is a bloody good tank in the right hands, to be fair. Yeah, Andy, Mrs. Fuji is Russian. Yeah, but my Russian is still rusty at best. Yeah, plonka Gavaru Paruski. And now we're starting to see the lineups now being more realistic as some of those tanks are being dropped out on both sides. So we've got the Joneses with, at the moment, 2 IS-7s, hardly surprising. I have 3 IS-7s potentially. Again, hardly surprising, the IS... Oh no, Giseo is jumping into a T100 LT. Still leaves them with 2 IS-7s, which is not a surprise. The IS-7 is the current meta. We have General in a Concept 1B, again, a great tank. 260 TPs, Whoopsie in a T100, an Object in the IS-7. Moving over to First Alliance, well, we have 4 60 TPs, 2 T100 LTs, and an IS-7. So pretty decent mobility on both sides, to be fair. I mean, 2 100 LTs for First Alliance, that could, in fairness, cause a few problems. It could cause a few problems. But time for chatter and prediction and assumption is over. Now it's time to get into the action. I'm looking for, you know, the chances are it's going to be a fast-paced game. It normally is with these guys. Let's not kid ourselves. I mean, aggressive lineups, 2 LTs on both sides. So, you know, we're going to see who's the better LT player. As we say, we're here with the Joneses here. Just rolling out with them. Unfortunately, I'm still suffering a little bit of FPS from the game, not from OBS, but from the game itself. So, as you can see, Whoopsie already heading up to that C-cap area to get those early spots. Giseo heading for the B cap, splitting to try and get the spots both sides. Whoopsie, certainly straight in there, getting that C cap early doors. Giseo going up to try and get the A cap, and this is going to be hardcore, to be fair. You've got the 60 TPs there of First Alliance just holding back, with the rest of First Alliance looking at A and B. Whoopsie has taken it. Ghosty's coming in to help him out, and Keiko is also there. Giseo, well, you know, caution is the better side of valor. He thought about getting the A cap. He saw a lot of tanks and he has retreated. But it doesn't matter. The Joneses do have the advantage on those points. General here, well, he's just using the hold down capabilities of the Concept 1B Thunderbird. Jones now are just taking a defensive line. To be perfectly frank and honest with you, they're looking to see if they can get any shots into that B cap if anything does try to get there. The A cap is pretty much out of everybody's reach at this moment in time, and First Alliance will need. Oh, that's a great spot there on Stra. So they're going to be looking at basically First Alliance. They've got two choices: B or push C. Pushing C is not really a good choice for them because we've got all these guns lined up here. Of Keiko, Object 3, Whoopsie, Ghosty, and even Giseo over in the corner. So there is a long defensive line there, just waiting to see if anything pushes round. Lane X, their First Alliance in the IS-7, is probably the only tank that's close enough to B. But if he tries to get into B, then he is going to get pummeled. Because, oh, big shots going into General there. I don't think General expected that, and the push is coming from First Alliance onto the C cap. Jones at the same time is pushing into the B cap, knowing that First Alliance do have light tank on that side now. But they've got to be careful. I mean, Keiko has got to take a defensive posture in taking that B cap, and at the same time, you've got General, Object 3, and Whoopsie are pushing onto the A cap. So Joneses will have the cap advantage. At the moment, they bled more than First Alliance, but they're not going to be too fussed about that right now. I mean, okay, they haven't got... Oh, look at Lannister right up top, been boosted up there. Nice. That's what I like seeing. What with his view range and his spotting mechanic, he could be a royal pain in the posterior. But at the moment, the Joneses do have this game controlled. They have the control of the map. Object 3 and Daniel now pushing down into Lane X. Kiko coming in as well. It's a coordinated effort all to take out Lane X. Focus fire is going to be paramount. They need to get the tank down. Is Lane X going to be able to get out? Oh, he may be able to survive. No, he doesn't, and down he goes. But Jones did lose a lot of HP in doing that. Object 3 now pushing onto Lena Grey. Ghosty has got to stay safe. He is a one-shot. Ollivander's gone down though, and now Jones are just tantalisingly close to victory. 985, that should seal the deal, taking out Strash, and it's all over. Jones takes it on the points. First bite to the Joneses. Wowzers. Krong Lacoste, Privyet. Kekadila. So, now for tournaments, I'm really not impressed with this new battle screen. It doesn't really tell me anything apart from I played rubbish because I was spectating. I don't want to know how I did, I want to know how they did. So this is the result screen. And I'm not overly impressed with this when it comes to tournaments. You can see there, Giseo doing his fair share of the job, just over 2k. And on the other side, the 60 TP of Stra has done a lot of work as well. We're now going to swap those spawn points here. Now remember guys, it's best of 7, so it's the first of 4 victories. So first of 4 victories, that's how it's going to be. He-Man, there's no lag. It's probably your connection, mate. OBS is churning out its 60 FPS and 8,000 kilobytes a second. I'm getting no warnings from YouTube or OBS. There's no drop frames or anything. So I don't know what that lag is. Anyway, we're going to swap those spawn points here. This time we'll have the Joneses on the south spawn and First Alliance on the north spawn. And looking at the lineups, well, not much. Gaseo now jumping into a Yo. Still Whoopsie in the 100 LT. 260 TPs and General still in the concept. Daniel and Object in the IS7. Looking at First Alliance, well, we've got 4 60 TPs, 1 IS7 and 2 100 LT. So their lineup hasn't really changed at all. Let's be fair. They've still got those double lights. Anyway, time for chat is over. Let's get back into this. Already, the first bite of that apple is gone to the Joneses. Looking at the hit points, there's nothing in it. That's nothing. That's nothing. It's one shot. That's it. Nothing more than that. So, be interesting to see what the game plan is this time for both teams. So, looking at the Joneses, well, this time there's no move towards the C-cap. It is an A and B strat. Moving over to First Alliance, well, we've got I can come back any time in the T100 LT. He's going to drop into that C-cap and he's going to cap it. The Joneses aren't going to be too fussed about that because they are going en masse A and B. B, Daniel and Object jumping straight in those double IS7s. Whoopsie is going to be looking to try and cap that A cap. And again, the Joneses are going to be putting cap, almost a reset. But with 2 tanks in there, it's going to be difficult to reset. And they're not able to. And, I can come back. Really getting punished there for sticking his nose over the top. And so did Like Psycho. That's some concerted fire going on there. Again, the Joneses putting First Alliance under the cap pressure. Lannister caught out here, thinking he's in a safe position. But Object 3 and Daniel were able to get shots in. And so was Whoopsie. Moving over to the 60 CP of Stra and Lannister. Well, they've got to be careful. They're pretty isolated here. There's only the 2 of them. I mean, I can come back any time is coming down as well. But Whoopsie is going to join round. So this is going to be an interesting battle here. Daniel gets a bit of a pummeling, but he's not going to be fussed about that in that IS7. Now, General Ghosty is also coming down. Well, we've got Gaseo keeping hold of the flank on the other side. Kiko is also coming down. This is a big effort from the Joneses down this flank. Lannister totally isolated. He can't do anything. I mean, he can drop down and probably escape, but he's a one shot and he's dead. Object 3, Daniel, I think, took him out. Now they're going to look at Stroud, and Stroud goes down as well. Kiko putting the fires into I can come back anytime. Gaseo doing what he can over that other side. I mean, he's still alive. I mean, he's held his ground as much as he possibly could, taking over these 2 tanks, keeping them out of the action. He's going to lose his hit points and he's going to be back in the garage, but he did his job whilst the rest of his team literally mopped up. Ollivander not finishing off Gaseo. Lane X does. Ghosty now switching around, and poor old Elena Gray here in the 60 TP. Oh, down goes Lane X. Elena Gray being absolutely bullied. Let's have a look at Ollivander's viewpoint, because he really is getting hurt. Nothing he can do, bless him, and this is a decisive win by the Joneses. Can't say better than that. To be fair, it's 2-0. Absolutely 2-0. Jones going from strength to strength, and this all means nothing to me because I'm just spectating, and there's absolutely no reason for you to watch. Have a look at my victory screen. I want to know what the guys did, shots, etc., etc. But hey, so as you can see there, Whoopsie this time, along with General, just shy of 3k, running around the battlefield. I like the crazy things that they are. So now we're going to move into Oasis Palms. Again, another fantastic map. One of those maps that you are able to be aggressive on again. Are they going to be looking for an A and a B strat? Mainly the A strat with overlook on the B and sending something out to that C cap. It's very rare nowadays that you get those strats where everybody goes to C and like ignore A and B. The teams like to have that hold down capability and battling it out in that A and B area. So it'd be interesting to see how they play this one. Gaseo back into a T100 LT General, staying in the concept. Kiko, Ghosty, Spitty, and Object 3, Spitty coming in, all in IS7s, and Whoopsie also in his T100. Moving over to First Alliance, well, we've got Like Psycho again in the 60 TB. Stras in the IS-7. I can come back any time if still in the T100 LT. Elena Gray in the 60TP Lannister still in the T100 LT. Lanex in the 60 and Ollivander also in the 60. So, no mouses. That's interesting. Normally teams like to play a mouse or a VK90, funnily enough, and try and just overlook that B cap area. That's not the plan here. So to me it seems like, I mean, with the two T100 LTs on First Alliance and on the Joneses side, I'm thinking that one of them is going to be heading out to that C cap to try and have a look. Maybe, just maybe, the other one is going to fast cap A. We don't know. It's going to be interesting the way that the Joneses team pull together their strats. Anything can happen with these guys. They play aggressive. It's an aggressive strat that they have, generally. I mean, they can switch it, and they do switch it. Hit points are in favour of First Alliance, as we can see, but let's get up high. And, well, there you go. Look, they're doing completely the opposite. And this is the thing about the Joneses. You just never know what they're going to do. They are going for the C and the B, with Spitty and Kiko pushing right through the creek area and really putting pressure on that B cap already. Strada in the IS-7, Lone Wolf. He has got support from Elena Gray and like Psycho at the back, but look at Spitty and Kiko. Giseo, Lone Wolf again over the side, getting those spots and then hightailing it out of there. Again. Oh, but look at Kiko and Spitty. They're going to isolate Strada here. He can't do anything about it. He really cannot, and he's being pummeled. And look at they're like hawks, vultures around their prey. I mean, that's the only way you can describe it. I mean, poor old IS-7 is just getting battered. Absolutely battered. Down he goes. Oof. But at the same time, Spitty gets battered also. Kiko is trying to get behind Elena Gray here. Whoopsie comes in to help out. And Elena Gray, down he goes. Ghosty getting tagged as he comes through. Ghosty's got to be careful. He is effectively a one-shot. 2 tanks down for First Alliance. And they've got 2 bases. So at the moment, First Alliance do have the driving seat on this map. Poor old Object 3 here is facing off against 260 TPs. But Kiko and Whoopsie coming around fearing off Lanex. Lanex should be going down here, but at the expense of Object 3 also. Object 3 may not last much longer. Oh, Ollivander completely ignoring Object 3. I don't know why he's done that. Maybe just to try and block the shots coming in from the Joneses. Lanex finally went down, but Ollivander's going to go down here when they should have focused fire on Object 3 and got him out of the game. Now, like Psycho's on the back foot, he's the last big super heavy on their team. He may be able to take out Object 3. If Object 3 survives this, I will be absolutely shocked and surprised. And you know what? He's going to survive this. No, he's not. I can come back anytime. Takes him down. Let's get down with the action with the General. General here pushing onto Lannister in the T100 LT. Gets a good shot into his posterior. He's going to chase him down and just carry on chasing him down. And Lannister trying his best to get out of General's crosshairs. General is just going to keep chasing him, trying to cut him off at the pass. At the same time, I can come back anytime he's being chased down by the rest of the Joneses. But I want to focus on General here. This is a little sort of ring the roses, to be fair. Finally, somebody puts a tracking shot into Lannister. General should be able to finish him off now. And I can come back anytime. He's running for his life, literally. And, well, there's only 2 tanks left, General and Kiko. So, General is the only one with a turn of speed. Kiko really needs to take that A cap, and that's where he is heading if you look at the minimap. And General is going to be looking at, I can come back anytime. But he's also looking at the C cap. Basically, they are going to be effectively stopping any points coming up. General, caught off guard, but turns his tank, puts the shot in, and boom! It's all over. 3-0 to the Joneses. First Line's giving them a hard time, not going to lie, but the Joneses, this is an unstoppable force, to be fair. General there, 4.7k dished out. Psycho not that far behind though, 3.6k, to be honest. I mean, good show, good show. We're going to swap those spawn points here. Match point in the favour of the Joneses. So remember, it's the first of the 4 victories. Joneses are 3-0 up. It is match point. So Joneses will now go off on the south spawn and First Alliance on the north. Don't know if we can see no changes to the lineup there for First Alliance. Kiko is just rotating out and allowing, I don't know who's Daniel is coming back in. So Kiko out, Daniel in, which is fantastic stuff. So again, Object 3 jumping into the E3. That's what we like to see. Finally, Object 3 takes a TD. General now in a T100 LT. Whoopsie also in a T100 LT again. Spitty in the 60. Daniel in an IS-7 and Giseo in a T100 LT. So 3 T100 LTs. Ba, ba, ba. As I said, no change to the lineup for First Alliance. So Jones, with their very quick gameplay and very aggressive gameplay here at match point, First Alliance have got nothing to be worried about. To be fair, there's no shame in going down to a team like the Joneses. I mean, seriously, no shame. I mean, they are super hot at the moment. Da, da, da. So I'm interested to see how the Joneses are going to play this one. 3 LTs, Object 3 in the E3, 260 TPs and I7. It's an interesting one. Looking at the hit points, clearly in favour of First Alliance. A whole tank in favour of First Alliance. However, that's never really worried the Joneses, let's be fair. And let's roll out with the T100 LTs. And here they go, all towards the sea cap. And Lannister, yeah, it's like The Empire Strikes Back. Good! Our first catch of the day. Lannister, bless him, surviving and getting a good shot into Giseo. Giseo losing almost half his hit points there. And Lannister, I mean, he was out on a limb, but he did have big tanks in support just behind him. And again, retreat. Look at Object 3 being... Giseo getting tagged as he tries to get around the corner. Object 3 nestled up here. Whoopsie trying to light them all up again for Object 3 to just blast them. And that's what he's waiting to do. And Object 3 is very good at doing stuff like that in TDs. And that one missed. But he's normally very, very good. And you can see here, poor old First Alliance, slightly on the back foot. They'd like to take the C cap. But that E3, they don't really know where he is. Now, if you have a look here, and this is the thing, I want to just get down. Now, normally you expect the TD to either be there, be there, or be there. And what Object 3 has done, look at this. I mean, there's just nothing you can get on him. That is an OP position. A-cap has been taken by the Joneses. General here pushing forward. I can come back anytime, and you can see there's been a bit of a rotation here from First Alliance. They are looking now at pushing towards the A and the B cap. General getting tagged as he goes out, and First Alliance are en masse heading around back through their spawn, rotating all the way back towards the A cap. Whoopsie, Giseo laying it. Daniel is going to stay there in the IS-7. Now the heavies of the Joneses are starting to move in. Object 3 is also on the move. Lane X there in the IS-7 could be caught out. Ghosty puts a shot in. So does Spitty. Great focus fire there onto Lane X. He's having to run away. Now I can come back any time is also coming in. He probably won't get away with that. The cap has been taken by Lannister, but the C cap will be taken by, that's right, Object 3 in an E3. Yeah, you heard me. He capped in an E3. So again, pretty much control of the map here is in favour of the Joneses. Lane X down he goes. And the Joneses consolidating their base points lead. Here, Spitty just stopping Strahl from moving. And you can see here, the Joneses just taking the defensive ridge line. They've got so many shots into this area that they don't need to really push. Ghosty and Spitty keeping the majority of the First Alliance team just lit up, allowing the teams at the back to basically take them down. Daniel has gone down, but that was always to be expected. He was the lone wolf out there stopping the flank. Object 3 now pushing in. Maybe he can get a good roll into. I can come back at any time. Oh, he's trying to turn his tank. He gets tagged, but General should tag. I can come back any time. I can come back any time. May have bitten off a bit more than he can chew here. General is going to survive. Ghosty and Spitty now pushing in, of all things. The two super heavies pushing in, and Spitty managing to try and grab hold of that B cap, and it's 2 against too many. Jones is just whittling down. Now it's 1 against everybody, and the Joneses have got it. Simple as that. This will go to the Joneses, and there we go. Oof, 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 oof. Convincing win by the Joneses. Oh, this screen again. Sorry, I'm going to just rush forward to this one. Look at that. Spitty, 4.6k. Ghosty, 3.9. Object 3, wow. Slightly pedestrian as far as he's concerned. He's normally churning it out. But top damage in an E3 on this map. I tell you, he is no shrinking violet when it comes to TD play. Fantastic effort by First Alliance, but with respect, they were convincingly outplayed by the Joneses. See if we've got any other results before I start doing other things like Let's see what Gaseo's got to say. Bear with me. So the Joneses are through to tomorrow, basically. So that's it. No more games for them today. Their game, they kick off again tomorrow. So we're waiting for First Alliance, but they're not kicking off for another hour. So we can have a chat, I think, with Gaseo. So, what I'll do, I'll get a replay up and running. First and foremost, I've got to make sure I've got Discord working. So bear with me, because I need Discord. That one, I think. Where's it gone? I think it's on here. Let's have a chat. I've got to make sure. Am I in this group? Yes, I am. Let's call them. See if we can hear everybody. I can't hear anybody yet. Hang on. Hang on. Because we're on this, and I just need to set up Discord. Hang on, guys. I normally have it set up on other things, not this. Which is really annoying. Where is Discord? Discord.
Hello.
Hello. There we go. We have got Discord up and running. Wow. Gentlemen, what can I say? Fantastic games today. You must be pretty chuffed about that.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah,
There you are.
to be honest, we trained for it, so it was expected, I guess.
I just want to go through your last game, to be honest with you, because you had what, 3 light tanks and Object 3 obviously in a TD. 3 light tanks. I mean that's pretty confident. To be fair.
Yeah.
Not many. Sorry.
We like the lights, of course, and this new light tank Soviet, the T100 LT, it's just really good. So we risk a bit on strats, and sometimes it goes good and sometimes it goes bad. So it worked this time, and we look for playing it more, I guess, in the future.
Oh, well, it's not your traditional lineup, to be fair. Not the, not so many. I mean, everybody seems to like to take a big amount of super heavies out there. What 60 TPs, IS7s, the occasional mouse or yo. Yeah, you guys seem to, like I said in that last map, you were very light. Okay, you had an E3, which has got massive gun, of course, but I would say you're not a traditional strat kind of team. What would you say on that?
I mean, there are different like kinds of maps, and on like for as you said, like the meta mainly right now is 60 TPs, IS7s, and all that heavy stuff. But if the map is suitable for like playing meds and lights, so then why not use them? Especially if you can get like the cap advantage over the heavies on open maps, and you can get better vision. You can create crossfires, especially if you have players for that, and I think we do.
Yeah,
I think
totally.
it can work. I just don't see a reason why to not step aside from the meta for at least a couple of maps if they're made for it.
Just for those on YouTube, we're talking. That was Whoopsie, by the way, from Jones, and earlier that was Gaseo from Jones. We're talking to Gaseo and Whoopsie. They're not playing again until tomorrow. That's the way this tournament works. Gents, I want to ask, because there's been a lot of noise from certain quarters that this tournament has been a bit sort of meh. It's not been interesting. What are your thoughts on this type of tournament? To be honest.
I mean, to be honest, I think this tournament is interesting. It just the name is different from winter season, but at the end it's the same. The prize pool is really nice. The rewards, I think they are interesting, especially that new camo that was really exclusive. And I don't know, I feel it's good to keep practicing for the next Twister or Blitz Cup, and for spring season and summer season there will be ones, and probably with different names, of course.
Of course, of course. I mean, so Whoopsie, what about you? What are your thoughts on this type of tournament? I mean, we're used to having those month-long prove your skills, where this one has been a bit more brutal, if I'm being honest.
It is, yeah, in terms of like seeding, especially in terms of going through to future stages. It's less forgiving, let's say, and it's easy to be knocked out, but at the same time there aren't that many teams on EU who are able to compete for like the highest spots, at least right now, with the current level of competitiveness. So I think it's fine. Of course it would be like a meme getting knocked out in like, even this stage, for example. But
Yeah.
it is as it is. It's not a proper season. It's like a quick tournament where you can earn twice as much money as in a regular professionals tournament. So I guess the risk is worth it, and it's a nice, as Gaseo mentioned, it's a nice way to warm up for future seasons.
And what are both your thoughts on, because the rosters were fixed, which is something that we've never really, Wargaming have never really done before in a top tournament. Has that caused a problem? Or are you guys just able to work around that quite easily? I know in some clans it caused an issue, but is it a bad thing fixing the roster? I don't think it is, but again, what's your take?
Well, I think it has it's good and it's bad at the same time. I mean, you cannot force someone to, like a captain, to put players to play the game, since there are called reserve players for a certain reason. They will end up playing games anyways, no matter what. At some moment they will be needed. But like right now, I had to, between games, I had to count and write down in a list who has X number of games, so I don't mess up and everyone gets the rewards. I think this shouldn't be happening. I should be focusing on just winning and making a good environment on the team, and not just saying, okay, you played 3 games and you won. Okay, now you need to swap.
Yeah. But the other thing that it did, again, I just want to bring Whoopsie on this one. The other thing that it did, unlike the PYSs where you could field more than one team and you could sort of benefit if your first team sort of didn't play particularly well but your second team did, you could sort of benefit from your second team carrying you with the cup scenario. We don't have that in this tournament. What do you think of that? Because we know that teams put two teams in, but they're not really benefiting.
Well, in my opinion, well, I had like a general opinion on clans and the fact that the every participation in tournaments is made for clans only. Because in my opinion, the functional part of clans when it comes to tournament is almost irrelevant because it's all about the teams. You know, it's all about the players in certain units that participate and fight for rewards. And the fact that you can create only one team per clan is, in my opinion, a bit limiting because let's say you can create 3 teams per clan, but if each team had like their own leaderboard, their own score, their own place in the leaderboard, their own scores, and it didn't depend as much on the clan, which in my opinion it shouldn't be anyway, because you can have several teams in the clan, then it would have been way more beneficial uh, for everyone because it would make the process easier. You know, you wouldn't be as much attached to the clan tag as you are right now.
Good point. I agree with you. I think it's a very good point that clans are able to have 50 players, yet you can only put a roster of 10 in 20 professional tournament. That means 40 players generally may be disappointed. So what we saw with this tour is if you put more than one team in, then it's the team that obviously does well that goes through, rather than the second team did well, but the first team are going to benefit, which I don't think is a bad thing for the reasons you mentioned, Whoopsie. Going back to Kaseo quickly, look, you guys tore at everybody's heartstrings in the Blitz Cup. Let's be honest. I mean, you came onto the scene with a crescendo, got there, and then so near yet so far away, so very close to ultimate glory, and everybody seemed to fall in love with Joneses. What are the plans for the clan going forward? Could you seem a laid back bunch of guys who you don't spit your toys out the pram every 5 minutes. You seem pretty laid back, pretty cool about the tournament scene, yet at the same time ultra competitive. So you must have ambitions for the clan.
Yeah, we do for sure have ambitions. We want to keep the clan ongoing and being really active at Clan Wars, of course. And right now, our main goal is just achieving top 1 in all the tournaments possible with the main team, of course, and keep a good and healthy community. And just keep showing that we can compete, and we are very thankful for the support we got these two last seasons, and hopefully we're still getting more in the future.
Well, you're certainly going from strength to strength, and as I said, I mean, from one we saw in the Blitz Cup, you certainly now have quite a following from the community. A lot of people fly the flag of Jones, and I can understand why. I mean, your gameplay and your strats are very pleasing on the eye. They're interesting, they're exciting, and you do seem to be quite an aggressive play style. Would that be fair to say, Whoopsie? Is it aggressive?
It is. I think Jones had a aggressive playstyle even before the merge after the Blitz Cup. And now it has just been empowered, let's say, strengthened, because we got, as a clan, we got the best players from 2 clans, and that allows us to make such a strat variety, because there are no players that are underperforming in the team, and everyone is experienced and knows what they're doing.
You certainly have a lineup of players that would make most people shake in fear, to be fair. I mean, there's so much experience there and some incredibly obscene win rates. So that doesn't surprise me. Couple more questions. You will be facing ZGS tomorrow. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I mean, doesn't matter the opponent right now, but of course doesn't matter. We will just try hard and try to win it clear shit, and just make everyone, I guess, that tomorrow everyone will have their 5 games, so we can chill on that, and then we will just focus on improving the gameplay, improving the mistakes, just keep focusing to the top, I guess.
Yeah, no, fantastic. I'm sure with that attitude, you're going to be able to get there sooner rather than later, especially with the way you're playing. Last question, because I know I don't want to tie you guys up all night. It's going to be a controversial question. It's not about your clan. It's about tournaments in general. But I want to give you a platform. Do you think that, basically, we've seen a little bit of variation with this Blitz Open, which is never a bad thing. But do you think Wargaming need to do more with regard to the tournament scene in real terms?
Well, to be honest, I don't see how this. Well, I don't know. It may be controversial, but like not for competitive players, because they will always tell you that the more tournaments there are, the better, because you can
Totally.
farm rewards, and I think if we're talking about this particular format, it's more about, like, personally, I don't see the difference in this tournament except for the amount of prize pools between the professional tournament and this money banger, and the fact that this tournament is organized faster and it has a more risky seeding. Well, in my opinion, this tournament is good as a warm up for future seasons, as we've discussed before. But
Yeah.
on a permanent basis, I think Wargaming could come up with something all rounded. They could keep the same prize pool at the same time keeping the seeding of the professionals tournament, and that would motivate even more people to get involved into the competitive scene. And I think that would be a compromise that would like suit everyone. Where game would get benefits from more and more people watching and getting involved into playing competitive parts of the game, and players would be more motivated to keep playing because obviously the prize pool would be increased.
Oh, totally, totally. I mean, it's still in the same thing, but COVID is now sort of taking a back seat a little bit. There may be a move back to the offlines. I mean, is that something that you guys would look forward to?
For sure, yeah, for sure. We would really like to see offlines again happening. I think it's what really motivates the players, and it's the best experience you can have as a gamer, I guess. Like meeting your team in real life and hanging out with them, and of course trying to win. I think it's brutal, and I hope one day we could see each other there, but will be difficult for sure.
Well, it is hoping. I mean, I know it's Wargaming's aim to get the offlines back on, so hopefully it will get there. Very last question, very quick one to both of you. What do you think of the new map? Is it going to be a good tournament map? Is all I'm going to ask.
Well, it's hard to say because we have only we've only appeared to be on this map a couple of times in randoms and a couple of times in training rooms when we were exploring it together. But as for me, it is quite a small map with like the key points located on the corners of the map, as it seems like from the first sight. But the thing is, this map is so small that nobody's probably going to fight for those key spots. So you will see a lot of aggressive gameplay, and maybe opportunities for map controls. Even though, again, this is going to be hard in the future with the caps,
Totally, totally. And Gaseo, your thoughts on this map? The new one, the new Dutch map.
As Gupsi mentioned, we played it or saw a bit of it, not a lot, but I think it's interesting. I like it. Like visually, it's really nice. I like the map itself, but it reminds me a bit of like Alpenstadt, and Vineyards together.
Yeah.
But I would like to play in it, but I wouldn't like to see that big stages of tournament. Maybe at early ones, and then if the players have good feedback in it, just release it for the big stages. But don't go straight into the finals.
Yeah, well, we need it to be in the tournament scene so you guys can show us how to play the damn thing, basically, because that's normally what happens. You guys get to show us the OP positions. Anyway, gentlemen, it's been absolutely. I'm not going to tie you up all night. It's been absolutely fantastic to speak to both of you, and I'm sure. I mean, it's a privilege for everybody on YouTube. Realistically, hopefully they realise that to have some insight from the likes of both yourself, Deseo, and you, Whoopsie. I'd like to say, look, I wish Jones all the best for the rest of this tournament. I personally think you've got what it takes to steal this from those who are normally the favourites, which is Endgame and Loka. I think you've got the marbles to take it. I think you've got the lineup to take it, and you've got the strats. And I mean, I've been watching Jones ever since you started, and you're going from strength to strength. And I'd just like to say, really, best of luck for the rest of this tour, guys. And really, thank you for coming on and having a chat with me.
Thanks for the. We'll try our best.
Cheers. All the best, guys. Enjoy the rest of enjoy the rest of your evening, guys. It's been a pleasure. Thanks a lot.
Thanks. See you.
See you later.
See you. Good night.
Bye, mate. So that was Deseo and Whoopsie. Oh, dearie me. Don't get that very often. Getting to speak to the two OP guys like that. I mean, they're beautiful guys, to be honest with you. Really, really, really down to earth and great to have a chat with. And as I said, I mean, Deseo's been a long time supporter of my little channel. And, he's always jumped in left, right and centre on some of the things like the coffee chats and stuff like that, which has been fantastic, to be honest. Interesting stuff that they got to say there. I'm intrigued to see how people. I need to get a replay up and running. Sorry about that. I'm interested to see how this new map plays with the tournament guys. If I'm being honest, because the tournament guys, the pros do show us how to play these taps. Like, oh hello, there's Romeo Jones. He's in the chat. I'm going to show you a replay from Wild Ones Helper whilst I quickly pop to the bathroom. Unfortunately, I don't have many replays, and alas, I can't play PC, so that is why I have to rely on the replays that have been sent me, and I don't have many. I'm sorry. But I'll be back in a couple of shakes, literally. I'm back with a vengeance. I apologise to those who were on my Asian stream earlier, because I did play this replay then. And I promise that the next replay will be a new one, because I kind of, as I said, I've got limited replays, unfortunately. And some of the replays that I wanted to use are obviously obsolete because of the update. But I have got a few more replays somewhere knocking around, and Zook sent me quite a few actually. I've got to show that one because that's just hardcore, and I've got to show, yeah, two more will do the trick. see what those are like. Like I said, I mean, it was lovely having a chat with them. I mean, they're great guys, and you know, it's always interesting to get the point of view. Yeah, my FPS just dropped because I'm downloading. Sorry about that. It's always great to get the point of view of these guys on certain aspects of the game, to be honest with you. It's something that we as the players take for granted sometimes. I mean, you know. Sorry, brief interlude. I needed more coffee. As I said, I mean, to be honest with you, I actually like this. I actually like this tournament. I actually tried to get my clan through. We got through to the third round. Unfortunately, we then blew it. These are great shots, by the way, and this by Wild Ones Alpha on the grill. And it is a brutal tournament, to be fair. And there's been, quite a few teams, quite a few clans have been disappointed. But I've actually liked this tournament. The reason being is because it made you focus, like straight from the beginning. You had no way of just sitting back and coasting. There was no way you could do that. You couldn't coast. And that's never a bad thing. I mean, that's a great game by Jack there. Bit low for a mastery, to be honest with you, but it was in ratings. But it is a mastery. But 3.4k damage in a T62A seems a little bit low. That's not taking anything away from Jack. I mean, he did exactly what he needed to do, which was give the enemy team a hard time. But yeah, I mean, great gameplay. But let's have a look at a completely different style of game in a tank that a lot of people go, oh my god, and this replay should take the full 7 minutes because of the tank. That's right, it's a TOG. Nothing wrong with the TOG. Everybody needs a TOG. You all need a TOG. If you don't have a TOG, there's a problem. Don't listen to the likes of Bushka. TOG is life, man. TOG is fantastic. TOG is a better meme tank than the 183. Seriously, love the TOG. So we should be going out in about, quite a while yet, actually, about 20 minutes. 10 minutes past the hour, I think, is when we should be going out. And we should be going out with First Alliance against Phoenix. So that's who we're looking at, with ZGS through to tomorrow already to play in the upper bracket final against the Joneses, who we've just seen convincingly, I may add. Really good gameplay by the Joneses. I mean, as I said, they are an aggressive clan. I mean, they were aggressive, as Whoopsie quite rightly pointed out. I mean, the Joneses were aggressive before they had, like this sort of merge where some players from BPS came over to the Joneses. The BPS guys were always aggressive. I mean, BPS had aggressive strats as well, but aggressive gameplay. And now the Joneses, I think they are going to be a force to be reckoned with. And, don't get me wrong, Loka are getting their mojo back into their groove. Endgame is still the clan to beat on EU, not going to lie. They are still the clan to beat. But they're not invincible. And I think this Jones team, I think they can give both Loka and Endgame a run for their money. But alternatively, Endgame and Loka can give this Jones team a run for their money also. So this is the glorious thing about tournaments. You just don't know. It's all up in the air. Anything can happen. And generally does. I mean, TOG. God, I love a TOG. I love a TOG. I think the TOG is great. Look at him just bullying. You know, half of him is still in the spawn. But yeah, I mean, I like this tournament format. I think it's different. I don't think I'd like it, you know, full on for every season, but winter season was the first winter season last year, and that was something new. And I think William said, well, let's just change it around a bit. You know, everybody knows what winter season's about. We didn't really have it, so let's try something different. And having this open type championship, I don't think it's a bad idea. Pretty much like, you know, like most opens, everybody's got equal opportunity to play. Okay, the seeding, but the seeding has been sorted, to be fair. I mean, a lot of complaints about the seeding was because of the 100% win rates and blah, blah. Well, that's been resolved, to be honest with you. I mean, Wargaming did take action. Okay, eventually it took action, but they did take action. And the 100% win rate accounts really don't add any benefit anymore, which is not a bad thing. So the seeding, to an extent, is pretty much on the nose. It could be better, don't get me wrong, of course it could be better. But until we have a stable tournament base, i.e. where clans and teams stay together, the chances of league seeding or seeding in that sort of way is pretty difficult, to be honest with you. It's simple as that. But we just don't have that there yet. And one of the reasons we don't... it's a great game, 2.3k in the TOG. And the reason we don't have that is because, obviously, these guys don't get paid. Even though they're pros, they're not really getting paid as such. They've got to win the tournament to get anything meaningful. And that's not to say that Wargaming are shabby. They're not. I mean, they're throwing money at it. But, you know, it's like everything. In order for there to be the big bucks, that's a great game, Zook. In order for there to be the big bucks, you need the big sponsors, and to have the big sponsors, you've got to have the viewing base, and to have the view base, that means you need more people aware about what's going on. And this is one of the problems that we have with the tournament scene. So let's have a look. Endgame are through, and they will be facing Imor tomorrow. Asp, who my team lost to, will be going out against Till tomorrow. 7 Erks are through, along with Serenity. They will be facing off tomorrow in Group 2. Reti and CHRD, and they will be battling it out in the lower bracket. Jones, who we've just seen, and ZGS are fighting it out, so we are going to be watching First Alliance and Phoenix next. Then we have Sparta and Loka through, with Hate and MFG fighting it out in the lower brackets. So we are going out in about 15 minutes. So I do have another replay. Because I do have another replay. Again, it's from Zook because I'm limited on replays. This time in a Chimera, or Chimera, or Chimera, however you want to pronounce it. Your call, I hold. I do not judge you. How you want to pronounce half these names, I really don't judge anybody. But you know, Chimera is a nice tank. It's one of those tanks. Oh, I've got a rogue cat attacking me. Ba, 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 da, ba. That's lovely, man. I hope everyone's enjoying this evening. I mean, I've enjoyed every single minute of it. It's always fantastic. So I have such a front row seat on these type of tournaments, especially with these type of clans, like the Joneses. I mean, it's beautiful to watch them up close and personal. And being in a pro clan myself, it's always nice to get tips because I'm by no stretch of the imagination a pro player. I'm enthusiastic amateur is what I would say. That's what I am. An overly enthusiastic amateur. I like the tournament circuit, I must admit. Can't play it myself for toffee, but always love giving it a bash. Because, you know, why not? You never know, you might get bitten by that bug. Hello, I've got a cat sitting on my lap, which you won't be able to sit on my lap when the game starts. No, because you'll be banging your head against the desk. Oh, cats, eh? Phew. They do the strangest of things. Be interested to see what map. I don't know what the map pool is, I'm afraid. Wish I did. Wish I did know what they were, but I just don't. But that's nice. Surprise is nice. It's always nice to come in cold and be surprised. I think it is anyway. Look at this. This is how to play a Chimera. He's already done 1.6k damage. Giving that projectile. Here comes the Emil. There is two mate. Just piling on the pressure a little bit. And a bit more pressure. Pressure! Boom! Bye-bye, Progetio. 53 TP. You're next, big man. Look at this. He's looking for the HE roll into that engine deck. Still looking for the HE roll into the engine deck. Changes it to AP because why not? Gets a good shot in. But, ooh, that's a bit cheeky. Oversight straight in there. Whittling him down to a one shot for his mate in the Emil to take him down. Down he goes. No, he doesn't. IS3 coming in. He's going to get one to the bottom plate. Boom, 429, just like that. 3 against 3. T54 is sort of full HP on this green team, and he's not doing much. I think he's AFK, actually. Yeah, he is AFK. Stood in the spawn. So these two have got to do it. Oh, no. Zuka's got to do it all on his Todd. To be fair. Can he? The ST1 is danger, to be honest with you. 53 TP is a one-shot. But the ST1 is a dangerous target, and that's the reason why. But now he's on a long reload. Gets a good bounce from the 53. He should be able to finish him off. Yes, he does. Now he's just got to try and stay relatively safe from the ST1, because the ST1 is going to hurt him. Assuming that player knows what. Ooh, good roll. He's now down to a one shot, and he won't out DPM the ST1. They're pretty similar, but the ST1 is not a one shot unless he gets a high roll. No, he doesn't. But he was never a one shot anyway. The T54 isn't AFK, to be honest with you. I thought he was, but he's not. He could be having ping issues, which is his problem, because he seems to be sort of randomly rolling around. Not his fault. I mean, ping is a real thing. Everybody suffers from ping. You know, you can't condemn the poor fella. Oh, what a shot! What a carry. Hardcore. Nice pools medal as well. Look at this. Damage 4.2k. Almost 4.3. 5 killed. 820 blocked. Nice little mastery. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like the visual look of this screen. I just don't like the lack of information, to be honest. I mean, I suppose it is down here still. There you go, look. It's still there, but I don't know. Just takes some getting used to, I guess. That's all. And I'm just not used to it yet. But, I mean, I like the visuals. I mean, this visual here is beautiful with the tank there. And, I mean, visually, it's very nice. Visually. And when you go to this screen, I mean, look, I mean, you get some, you know, it's nice in that respect, I must admit. It's just a pain that you have to go down here all the time. And by the way, that's the replays there, look. So, yeah, it's all cool. It's all good. We've still got 10 minutes. 10 minitos, which is it's a long time, 10 minutes, realistically. It's definitely 10 minutes, isn't it? Yeah, 10 minutes. Being 10 minutes, I'm reluctant to put another replay on because the chances are I'll get a replay that is too long. Okay. Yeah, I'll get you an invite, don't worry. So, oof, look at all these messages, look. Hundreds of messages. Well, hundreds of messages from the clan. Because. Random maps? No, they're not random. They are listed. So in this, it'll be Naval Frontier, Middleburg, Canal, Hallas. So that's the map rotation. So we're going out on Naval Frontier first. Always an interesting map. Then Middleburg, again an interesting map. Canal, well, depends how they play it. And then Hallas. How did Phoenix do against ZGS? It was 4-0. ZGS clean sweeping them. I think the only one, and I've heard from Every Good Name Is Taken, Loka had a bit of a hard time with MFG, and they had a full half ammo rack, so I understand. And that went to the side. That's great play by MFG to push Loka that far. Loka are through to tomorrow, but MFG would be disappointed that they almost could have turned over Loka there. My understanding is the rest of the games were all 4-0s, so this is endgame, turning over TIL or TIL 4-0. They will face Immor tomorrow. Immor, well, apparently, oh no, they 4-1 against ASP. As I said, ASP were our downfall, as in the Clan Vale. And then looking at 7Erks, which is Romeo Jones is there. Look, hello Romeo. Well, 4-2 against CHRD, and they've got Serenity tomorrow. And Serenity, pretty decent team. They turned over Reti 4-0. So, Sparta. Let's see how Sparta did. Sparta 4-3 against Hate. Hate to be disappointed. They all think they should have got Sparta out, but they didn't. Good lineup, Hate. Got some good players. So is Sparta. There's Stidge in there. Yeah, Stidge is in there. Al No Pen, Ardvard, Charlie Scene, Chiappo the Penguin, Free Vabon, Flybass, and Patrick. Some great guys. Yes, ZGS played earlier. Beating Phoenix resoundingly, to be fair. This is not my match, and I keep getting people sending me stuff, so I've got to decline that. Sorry guys, can't play tournament. We should get the room anytime soon, which is why I'm not going to jump in anywhere soon. No more replays now because it's too close. What's this? So just ticking down the time before we kick off. Yeah, man. So anyway, like I said, it's pretty difficult for me to interact with you guys in the chat. I wish I could, but the delay on the game sort of prevents that. Normally I'd have my webcam also set up, but I was lazy. I couldn't put the green screen up because I was lazy. So that's why there's no webcam. So yeah, you don't want to see my ugly mug anyway. I mean, who wants to see a bearded Fujit? You're here for the games. You're not here for the bearded Fujit. Here for the games. Everybody's here for the games, not for the bearded Fujit. But shame on you if you're here for the bearded Fujit. That's all I've got to say. Oh, I once thought I had the opportunity of joining Joneses, but then I realised that I actually can't play the game that well, so it was never going to happen. Sorry about that, just coughing away there. Coughing away, as you do. Oh, it always seems to take eternity before the next round, I mean, it's been almost an hour, to be honest with you. Mainly because Jones was too quick off the blocks, to be fair. So just, there we go. Boom. Ready up. Pop out. As I said, going off on Naval Frontier, I like Naval Frontier as a map. I'm very interested to see where the teams are going to play this one. How they're going to approach it. Are they going to be overlooking that C cap, sending some fast tanks in it, and maybe a heavy in support into that C cap, really put the pressure on? Are they going to be ultra aggressive, push through the B cap area and try and get into the into what they call the balcony on the other side for the enemy teams? Or are they going to swamp round onto the A-cap and try and get those cross shots in? This is the gameplay that we're likely to expect. So we can see. We can see. You can't play my team because my team's not in it. We got kicked out, unfortunately, in the third round. So we never made it. So you can't play my team. Wish you could, but hey, you know, life is what it is. Oh, just ticking down. Like I said, well, I don't normally jump in until there's 3 minutes on the clock. Even though I've got a delay that is enough to amply cover that, I just don't want to give anything to chance, if I'm being honest. It's not that these guys will stream snipe, because they don't. They've got more important things to do rather than looking at my little stream to catch a little tidbit of information. They don't need that. I mean, they've already made their mind up on their strats. When they get into the battle, they may adjust it slightly, but not radically. It's unless, of course, they see a complete and utter crazy lineup. You know, like everybody suddenly jumps into a Vickers or something. Then maybe they'll adjust their strats radically, but aside from that, they generally don't adjust them radically. So we're still waiting for First Alliance to turn up. Phoenix is almost here. They're not. Phoenix will be going out on the north spawn, First Alliance on the south. No point going through anything as of yet because nobody's here readied up. So can't really tell you can't really go into the lineups, the meta selection, or anything of the sort, clearly. But we will once they're here and once they're lined up. Excuse me while I sup my coffee. Nothing wrong with coffee. Although it is 10 minutes past midnight for me, so maybe coffee wasn't a great move. Maybe I should have had tea, but hey. Tea just seems to take longer to make. Come on, cat, you're going to have to move now, I'm afraid. Yeah, I know you're happy on my lap, but you're going to have to move your backside. Come on. Come on. Come on. Ooh, you're getting heavy. Even though you're like an old woman, like 120 years old, in fact, 17 years. 17 years in real terms, what's that? About 120 years in cat terms. She's an old woman, but she still chases everything that moves. Bless her. Well, I'm hoping I don't have what we had in Asia earlier with Navin, which is only 6 players on one team against 7 on the other. Nope, there we go. Ooh, thank God for that, because that was pretty much a disaster for poor old Navin, bless them, on Asia. Now don't forget this is a double elimination, so one of these teams will not progress to tomorrow. It's that straightforward. So, you know, they've both got to hunker down, focus, put the best foot forward, break a leg, whatever you want to say. Somebody's called a team after me. I can't play, guys. I'm streaming. If I wasn't streaming, maybe, but I'm streaming, so sorry, guys. Ain't gonna happen. Normally I would, but I just can't today. We've got 5,438 rating. That's nice. Well done, Julian. I just don't have the time, the energy, or the inclination to play that many ratings battles. I think I've played like 10. No, I've played 15. 15 ratings battles and that's it. But that's ratings. We are now into Phoenix against First Alliance here on Naval Frontier. Ah, Peppa Pig. Hello, Peppa Pig. I love that name. Peppa Pig. Yeah, Habibi. Hit points, wow, it's in the favour of First Alliance, but they're not going to be too worried, Phoenix. I mean, it's not massive, to be fair, to be honest. Anyway, let's get up high into the back of the map. We've got triple 50B. Wow. Triple IS-7 and a T100 LT for Phoenix. You can see Granetto is going up north. Quickie is going to overlook the B cap. The 50Bs are just going to hold back, along with the IS-7s are going to push. The IS-7s are going to push through towards the A cap, I think. Moving over to First Alliance, well, we've got a lot of 60 TPs, an IS-7 and 2 T100s. You can see here already they've gone for the C strat with 1 Super Heavy and Lannister there. But Phoenix being aggressive through the B cap. Those IS-7s are going to come up onto the balcony, like I sort of tried to explain with the 50Bs moving to the A cap. They have managed to secure the B cap. Quickie sitting back there, and the IS-7s here very aggressive into the balcony, pushing back the 60 TP, and I can come back anytime in the T100 LT. A cap will be taken. C cap has been taken by First Alliance. However, they are going to be put under the cap pressure, and they're going to be looking to try and steal that B cap. So we've Lannister here in the T100 LT searching for those 50Bs. Not really know where they are. Quickie's just holding the line, making sure that nothing can pop down that balcony as the 50Bs rotate back, looking back towards their spawn, although Sloan is overlooking the other side. Peppa Pig Yarabibi is going to try and get those cross shots in. Lannister can't really move further forward than where he is at the moment. And we've got La Cigaretto and Milu Tintin just in safety positions, trying to get some cross shots as they go across. No, not able to. They are waiting, and Strass looking here, but he can't get the gun down. Oh, Sloan is really being focused here. Could be in a world of pain as Lennox pushes in, and Ollivander is coming around the back along with Like Psycho. Poor Sloan here. He is a lightly armoured 50B, and I don't know if he's going to be able to reload in time to cause anything. Then Terexco is also getting punished over the other side, but here comes Peppa Pig Yarabibi losing a shitload of hit points. Milu Tintin, down goes Terexto, down goes Peppa Pig Yarabibi, down goes all 3 50Bs and La Cigaretto. So First Alliance here could be taking this one. I can come back, who's pushing on to Granetto. Granetto here being pushed back, and then Lannister coming in with the reverse, trying to corner him, really putting him under pressure here. Granetto is going to go down. There's no way he can survive this onslaught, and over the other side Quickie will go. Quickie does go, so does Milu, leaving Granetto last man standing, and it's a 7-0 to First Alliance. Wowzers, that was fantastic. Sorry, Sarah, can't join the platoon. That was, oh, look at that defeat. That was a fantastic game by First Alliance. You can see here Lannister over 3k damage, and Strass almost getting to 3k. Really convincing stuff. Cigaretto doing 0 damage, and Peppa Pig Yarabibi also 0 damage. That is not helpful at this level. So we're going to swap those spawn points here on Naval Frontier, reversing it. Boof! We will have Phoenix on the south spawn, First Alliance on the north. Our First Alliance going to be able to take this even further into their favour. Go 2-0 up. Phoenix, well, they need to stop that rot. Not going to lie, I mean, First Alliance will be feeling pretty confident after their resounding defeat against Jones. But they should have always known it was going to be a hard-fought battle against the Joneses. And they were always going to have a better chance against some of the other clans in the group. Maybe not ZGS, but certainly against Phoenix. That's not taking anything away from Phoenix. Phoenix had a tough game as well with ZGS. I mean, Jones and ZGS in the same group is never going to be easy. And this was always going to be a lined-up battle unless there was going to be an upset. So Phoenix really need to just bunker down a little bit. They're also coming off the back of a defeat against ZGS, of course. They need to put that behind them. They need to focus on the game in hand, and they need to take the fight to First Alliance. They've dropped one of their 50Bs. 3 50Bs was a bit too much, if I'm being honest. I think that was a strange strat. Don't get me wrong, if they work in conjunction with the amount of DPM they can dish out, then they are obscene. But in tournament, you do need those DPM tanks, to be honest with you. And if you haven't got those DPM tanks, at least you need something with armor the same time. Double 50B is always great, don't get me wrong, but triple 50B, it's just like a 50B too far. Anyway, game 2 here on Naval Frontier. Phoenix this time dropping, as I said, one of their 50Bs. FPS on the game as well is shooting down again. So it's not OBS, guys. It's the game FPS, by the way, that is dropping. And you can see here that again, La Cigarette and Tintin pushing through aggressively, as I said they probably would, into the other side's balcony. Lanex is lying in wait, but not able to do anything. Quickie back into the B cap, and with the IS-7s pushing through, Lanex has got to be careful. He's pretty isolated there. C cap will be taken, so the cap points will go to First Alliance. They will take that advantage. 50B of Granetto goes in, and that is what Lanex was waiting for. He was lying ready to pounce, and pounce he did as soon as Granetto got into that B cap. Now he's got Elena Gray and Ollivander coming in to join him. Strass is also there, and like Psycho, the 60Ps are now coming in, trying to cut off the escape of these two IS-7s of Tintin and La Cigaretto, who need to do slightly more damage than the last game, if I'm being honest. Tintin has been caught out, isolated, trapped. La Cigaretto has managed to get out of there, but Tintin is going to go down. I don't think Tintin's going to survive. Lanex should be able to finish Tintin off here. La Cigaretto really needs to get out of the danger zone. Like Psycho is going to drop down and chase him round, and that's exactly what he's going to do. Strass just needs to stay back. He has lost a lot of hit points. La Cigaretto here. Oh, Strass losing a load more hit points there. Like I said, he needs to stay safe if he can. They are being bled. They have got a tank advantage, but look at the hit points. Now that's helped them a little bit, but they are being bled out here. You can see Strass, I can come back anytime, has really done great work there to try and block that. Lannister is also looking very worthwhile. Peppa Pig, well, waiting for that long reload. As soon as he gets it, oh, now he's on the reload, and down goes the Lannister in the T100. But La Cigaretto's down, Granetto's down. It's again back foot. Peppa Pig now is being isolated. 3 tanks. This is a great focus fire from First Alliance. Really coordinated attacks. They are finding those isolated tanks, punishing them where they can. Down goes Quickie. Elena Gray may not last, but it's 2 against too many. Oh, great round by Lanex. Terexto is the last man standing in the 60 TP, and this is going to be Strasny. Yeah, that's the thing. That's why I keep calling him Straz, because it's the knee bit that gets me. Anyway, it's 2-0 in favour of First Alliance. It's the knee that gets me. The Straz I get. The knee I don't get. To be honest with you. The reason I don't get it is because that looks like... I'm not very good at this one, the B and the L. And that's oo. So I know the Straz bit, but I didn't know it was Strasny. But there we go. Anyway, 2-0 to First Alliance. Phoenix moving into Middleburg. They've got to stop the rot somehow. They've got to find a break in the chain. They've got to find a way to turn this around. It's that straightforward. At the moment, First Alliance, well, they're just going from strength to strength. They're looking to qualify and get into that round tomorrow. That's what they're after. That's what they're looking for. And at the moment, they haven't really put a foot wrong. Their focus fire has been top-notch. Their movement around the map, their rotations, their positioning is all being flawless, to be fair. Phoenix, on the other hand, they look a little bit like rabbits in the headlights. They don't seem to be fully coordinated. They seem to be a little bit discombobulated, if I could say that. And they need to get back to that teamwork, team effort, calm down a little bit, stress less. So Molodzy. See that Lacoste, that says to me milk. I mean, Molodno is milk, isn't it? Pichimu. As I said, я много говорю по-русски. Хорошо по-английски. So here we go on to Middleburg. Is this going to be now? Some teams looking at the lineups here. Very heavy for Phoenix. Very heavy relatively, but they've got a Chieftain and two T100s. That to me says that First Alliance is going for that C cap with an overlook on B, whereas Phoenix definitely going City. I don't think they will. I mean, Peppa Pig, bless him, been spawned right at the top. Or they are sending their tanks up, which is intriguing. So the IS-7s, Tintin, Quickie and Cigaretto all pushing through. Cigaretto and Quickie pushing through to the B cap. This could be interesting. There is a lone tank down here, and that's Ollivander in the Chieftain. But they are going to be under cap pressure, and you can see here, Strasny and Elena are turning around, going back, moving around. The LTs are going to take the C cap, but they've got to be careful because there are 60 TPs up there who are going to be looking to put some pain into them. And you can see now, here we go, First Alliance trying to block the escape of the IS-7s of Cigaretto and Quickie. Cigaretto really getting hard tapped there. Good focus fire, looking to call out La Cigaretto. And you got Lena Gray and I Like Psycho coming around the back. Oh, Lanex blocking them off. Great move. Really making sure they say there. Strasny, however, down goes Cigaretto. Strasny losing a shitload of hit points, however. And he's now a one-shot, and Terexo is looking to finish him off. No! Lulu does. Lulu Tintin. Quickie, however, is now a one-shot. Oh, down goes Quickie, but down goes Ollivander in the Mark 6. Not Like Psycho is also being pressured here. The 60 TP, it's a 60 TP super heavy fest. IS-7s and 60 TPs all battling it out. Here come the LTs now. Oh, that wasn't an ammo rack, however, but down goes Terexto. And Phoenix here on the back foot. 3 against 5. They've got to find a way to break this First Alliance lineup. Like Psycho, and at the moment it's the focus fire of First Alliance that is giving them the advantage. Down goes Tintin, and we've got Granetto and Slonan as the last men standing, but the focus fire at the moment of First Alliance is just been fantastic. And look, they're all focusing on Granetto. They're completely ignoring Slowan, sorry. Granetto is going to be the one that goes down. Oh, no. I can come back anytime. Well, bouncing and punished for it. Slonan now is a one-shot. They're all one-shots. And this is going to go to First Alliance. 3-0, match point. Good focus fire by First Alliance. Gotta admit, we didn't really see this in their games against Joneses. But I'm glad we're now seeing what they're capable of. Lannister there, 5,000 in that outie. That is hardcore. Sloan doing what he could in the 60 TP. But at the moment, First Alliance are just edging it with their focus fire. Swapping those spawn points here now on Middleburg. Is this going to be the final game of the evening? Or are Phoenix going to turn it around? Coletto jumping in a Sheridan missile, which obviously he can't use. That's why he jumps into a T100 LT. There you go. They are now on the south spawn with First Alliance on the north. I don't think First Alliance are going to... Oh, no. Strasny has now gone into a Yo. Aside from that... Oh, and Ollivander is into a 60 TP. Those are the only changes for First Alliance. Looking at Phoenix, while there's probably going to be multitude of changes, and there is, now they're bracing up with a shed load of 60 TPs, with La Cigaretto in an IS-7 potentially, and Coletto in a T100 LT. So they are looking to do basically the heavy strat. I mean, I see there's a lot of Russians in the chat, so I will say, очень приятно, мои русские друзья. Добро пожаловать на мой стрим. Это программа «Я волю русского». There you go. Just in case anybody was wondering, I said, welcome, all my Russian friends. please enjoy my stream. I would like to welcome you all to my stream. And that is the limit of my Russian. Sorry. Basically. So, match point 2, First Alliance. Are they going to seal the deal? Are they going to book themselves into tomorrow, where they will play the loser of Jones against ZGS? Oh. So, let's get up into the back. So, here we go. Phoenix en masse heading to the C-Cap. So let's get up there. Lannister's there already, and so is I Can Come Back Anytime in the T100s. Lannister jumping straight in. The heavies, and there goes my FPS again on the game. The heavies are just dropping through the A-Cap, en route to the B-Cap. Going to catch Phoenix off guard here. The two T100s are running away, and why not? They've spotted. They're not going to cap. Why do they need to? They don't. They've got double cap down here, A and B. And this is where the tournament circuit does change, swap and change around. I mean, everybody says in randoms, never go city. Tournaments are a little bit different. The idea of tournaments is to put pressure on the other team. And that's exactly what First Alliance are trying to do here. They're trying to put Phoenix under pressure and try and get Phoenix to make mistakes in trying to regain the advantage. You can see here, First Alliance they have bled compared to Phoenix. Phoenix have not bled. First Alliance do have the base advantage, but they are pretty contained in the middle area there. And as we saw in the last game, if your focus fire and your coordinated pushes are good, then going into that death trap that is the city is not always a good move. And you got here all the 60 TPs pushing down, but Granetto really losing HP. Strasny there, I'm package loss and ping issues and everything now. I don't know what's going on with the Wargaming servers today. Ollivander here, well, Granetto's down already, but look at the hit points. I mean, the hit points First Alliance are still good because they've lost a tank out of Phoenix, and Strasny here really needs to be closed down, but moving over to Terexco, he's about to go down. Down he goes. But Elena Gray may go down next. Sloan is coming in to try and finish off Elena, but Peppa Pigabibi is although there. Down goes Elena. But it's 3 against 5. Again, Phoenix again on the back foot. Now it's 2 against too many. And it's all around here now. Peppa Pig and Sloan have got to hold the fort. Strasny in the yo, not really paint scratched. You can see here the focus fire is on Peppa Pig. Sloan is being blocked from Lane X from retreating. Peppa Pig, oh, great shot on Peppa Pig, right into the nose of the T100 of I Can Come Back Anytime. But it's all over on points, and there you have it. Booyaka! First Alliance grabbing it, clean sweeping it. In fact. 4-0, turning over Phoenix, who, to be honest, and I say this with the nicest way, they look pedestrian today. They didn't look like they were fully coordinated. This was a different First Alliance team to what we saw against Jones, not going to lie. Better coordination, much better coordination, better focus fire, better movement, better rotations, clearly better communication and better strats, which sealed the deal for them. That's taking nothing away from Phoenix. I mean, they did what they could, but they were just outplayed by First Alliance. Simple as that, really. Anyway, so congratulations to First Alliance. Commiserations to Phoenix. Bless them. Have we got any other results? That's what we need to know. And we need to know. We do need to know if there are any other results. So we had Asp against Till going out. They're still playing. I'm probably not going to hang around for all these to finish. Well, I might do, I don't know. Already turning over CHRD 4-0. CHRD, well, that's it. I think that's it. They're out. They're not progressing. So this is how brutal the tournament can be. It can be brutal. So Phoenix, we're saying goodbye to them as well. MFG and Hate were the others who both went to tiebreakers. They're still battling it out there. You know, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll play one more replay from that one Zook, because he sent me loads. We'll play one more replay, and after that replay, maybe, just maybe, we will have full results. Let's see. Plus it gives me an excuse to go to the bathroom. This is that one Zook in an E50M monster. Great little tank. So, give me a couple of minutes whilst I go to the little boy's room. I be back. I do like the E50M. Not many people play it anymore, to be fair. I mean, it doesn't make any shows on the tournament. Well, it does every now and then. I mean, it's a great tank. It's got a fantastic, solid, rock-solid Krupp steel turret and a really nice gun. But a lot of people seem to struggle in it. Maybe because it looks like a E75. Many people think it's a heavy, and it's not. It really is a medium. It really does have, you know, a light hull. It's basically the fictional what a Panther could have been had it carried on. Oh, look at that! Look at the mobility on this thing. I mean, it's a beautiful tank. I mean, he's just gone through 3 players there on the enemy team, and got engine fire. And he actually got away with that. Okay, he had an engine fire there, but that was from the E3. But he actually got away with that, which is absolutely shocking. It's shocking, to be fair. He should never have got away with that, but he did. Now he's going back. And of course, being an E50M, you can ram things, and then shoot things, and then shoot other things. This is great play. Aggressive play. This is a nice way to play the E50M. I do like this tank, and when you play it like this, a lot of people forget, it's absolutely beautiful for a ram. I mean, this is the epitome of how to ram anything. And it has got a great gun, really accurate, but it does suffer from that lack of hull armour. That's the thing. But this is what you're seeing, you see. You're seeing other thing. You're seeing how to play it properly. And this is how you should be looking to play it. Use the turret, use the gun, use that accuracy, and use that. Oh, look at this! And use that mobility to its strengths. Always play to the tank's weaknesses, and then the strengths just kick in. And as I said, the weakness on this tank is basically its hull down, its lower hull. Beautifully done. Got to admit, Zook, that is beautifully done, my friend. He's a great player to watch. Not so great when you're on the opposite team, which, when I do my countings, I'm generally on the opposite team. He's a bit sneaky, to be fair. He sneaks up on you and hurts you when you least expect it. Go on, HE him. Bang! Go on, ram him. Ram! Boom! Yaka! Look at that. Double rams. That's the E50M. A tank that will make you smile from one side of your face to the other. Wow, deserved mastery. Wow, deserved mastery. Beautifully played. Ain't gonna fault that. Boom. Look at Let's have a look at the stats on that one. 17 shots fired, 15 hits, only 14 penetrations. Oh, that's really nicely done. Beautifully done, Zook. Right, let's have a last look at the tournament. Let's see what's happened, if anything. Who's through, who's crying into their coffee. And they're still fighting. That's a hard fought out battle. Don't forget, I'm not the only one streaming, guys. There's Every Good Name is Taken is streaming. Jack Wildrun's Helper is streaming, and Amunet is also streaming, I believe. So don't forget, get over, because they'll be watching those. CIHRD we know is out. Phoenix we know is out. So there are still 2 games going. I'm going to leave it there. Go and watch the other streamers. I believe this group here is Every Good Name is Taken, and this group here is Amunet. So, guys, really, thank you for joining me tonight. I've had a fantastic time. I hope you've had a fantastic time. We've seen some amazing gameplay. I'll be back again tomorrow for firstly on Asia and then on EU for the next stage. Until then, enjoy the rest of your evening, get across to those other streams, and bye for now. All the best. Cheerio.